Okay, so what would happen is that they would open up the floor, and whoever wanted to share or talk about their experience would. Sometimes new people would be so moved at the end of the meeting that they would actually open up and share. Not very often. I know I didn't talk for like the first 3 meetings. They limit it to about 2 or 3 minutes, depending on how the size of your meeting and how you're run. They get up and they share, and there is absolutely no cross-talking, and they will remind you of the rules before they open up the floor. Cross-talking means you cannot, if somebody's up there having a hard time or they're doing something and you have an opinion about it, you cannot offer your opinion, advice, say, hey, you can't do that, or you should do this, any of that. You cannot. That is just flat out not allowed, which is a good thing, because there's a lot of people in there that could be going through a hard time. And one of the reasons why it really didn't work out for me is it can be very, very triggering. Plus, I had this mental thing going on, which I wasn't really aware of. So everybody shares, and then after the meeting, they all get together and hold hands. In our meeting, they did for to say the Serenity Prayer. And I'm sure you've heard the Serenity Prayer, God grant me the serenity to, and whatever. I cannot remember that much of it. And then, keep working. It works if you work it, that kind of thing. And look at French. Say hi, French. Well, what? You don't want to be part of an OA video? You want to be an OA? No? Oh, poor baby. She always wants to be in the videos, don't you? Yeah, okay, now she's going to be shy. Okay. Where was I? After the meeting, they get together, they do the excuse me. They do the Serenity Prayer, they keep working, and then everybody breaks up the meeting, and they put the stuff away, and, everybody, you can go to the literature table and buy your literature. People usually hang out and talk, and, they get to know each other really well. So, I hope that answered any questions that you might have about OA. If you're afraid to go, don't think you're the only one that's afraid to go. I think I mentioned before, there's all shapes and sizes of people there. Anorexics, bulimics, compulsive overeaters. I do think that I was the only one that was, doing this mental thing for, probably why it didn't work for me. I also couldn't get myself wrapped around that whole God thing. And that, what the traditions or the steps are, they always talk about God as you understand Him. I couldn't wrap my mind around it, and I couldn't get the 12 steps wrapped around it either. I was just like, how some of these I had a problem with. How do I do this? So in the ending, I'll give you those 12 steps real quick. Step 1, we admitted we were powerless over food and our lives had become unmanageable. Yeah. Came to believe a power greater than us could restore us to sanity. Well, sort of. Made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him. These are in italics. That was step 3. Step 4, made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. Step 5, admitted to God and ourselves, another human being, the exact nature of our wrongs. Step 6, we're entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character. Step 7, humbly asked Him to remove our shortcomings. Step 8, made a list of all the persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. Step 9, made direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. Step 10, continue to take personal inventory, and when we were wrong, promptly admitted it. Step 11, sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood Him, praying only for knowledge of His will for us and the power to carry that out. And step 12, having a spiritual awakening as the result of these steps, we tried to carry this message to compulsive overeaters and practice these principles in all of our affairs. So, yeah, this is my little today book for today. Had that too, so. I'm going to have to stop this again because I think it's getting too long.